Is this Mr. John fucking Corabi?
Yes, it is.
How are you doing, Mr. Corabi?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good, man. Welcome back. It's been a long time.
Well, it's good to be back.
That's good. That's good. Actually, you were just here in Philly a couple weeks ago.
Yes, I played at a place called the 2300 Arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, down by the stadiums. It was pretty cool. I've never been there before.
Yeah, the old wrestling building.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good stuff. That's awesome. So it's kind of like maybe it's me, but I was thinking with the whole Daisies. I was really thinking is this probably the first time in a long time for you where you really feel like you're in a true band situation again?
Well, I mean, I haven't really done. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I haven't really done anything since Union as far as a band was concerned. I mean, I do have my own solo band as well.
Right.
But I guess in a democratic thing where it's a little give and take with everybody in the band. I probably haven't done anything since 2001, 2002, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's it's cool. You know what I mean? I dig it.
That's cool. Yeah, that hit me earlier. I was thinking wow, because you've been doing mostly the solo stuff for years now, and I was just like, wow, it's just the first time he's really been in a real band situation in a while.
Yep, I would probably say 2001 or 2, something like that. So
wow.
15 years. Yeah,
that's awesome. So you guys got the live album coming out next month, May 19th. What made you guys go this direction with a live album?
To be honest with you, a bunch of stuff. A bunch of the fans have been writing to us. Fans that have, purchased the last couple records, and then they would come and see us live, and they're like, God, I thought the record was great, but seeing you guys live, it's so much more powerful. And, even our record label said, God, you guys are great live. To be honest with you, we're getting ready to go back in probably towards the end of this year. We'll go back in and we're going to record a new studio album.
Okay.
And I think it was just a way for the label and everybody to just kind of give us a little extra time to kind of get our thoughts together. Because I was in the band within the year from the time that I joined the band to when we actually finished Make Some Noise had been probably a little under a year, just around a year, where we wrote, recorded, mixed, mastered 2 records, and then did pretty much a world tour.
Right.
So I think it was just a way for them to kind of go, okay, collect your thoughts, get your breaks together. You know what I mean? And let's do a live album, and then towards the end of the year, we'll get back in and we'll do a new album. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to my advanced copy all week long, and it friggin' sounds awesome. It really does.
That's cool. What's funny is I heard a track, and I heard one track, and we were kind of throwing our 2 cents in about the mix, guitars up, drums down, vocals down, backing vocals up, and everybody was kind of putting their thing in, and we all signed off on it. Said, yeah, it sounds great. And I haven't heard it since. So I've only heard one song, you know what I mean? And I was like, but everybody, I've been doing interviews constantly. So, you're the first of 6 in a row interviews I have between now and 8 o'clock. So, everybody's been like, God, it sounds great. It's great sounding live record, and then somebody wrote it's one of the best live records in a long, long time. So
it's really awesome. It really is. It just goes to the flip side where you're like, you hear it, and it's like, yeah, like now I really want to see them. And then I look at the the dates, like you guys are going to be in Europe for a few months, and then you come back and do the States, but you're only doing like 12 dates, and you don't even come to Philly. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, and I gotta talk to our manager about that, like, because with me and Doug Aldridge being from Philadelphia,
Right.
I would have thought hands down it would have been a slam dunk sellout. You know what I mean? We're not doing big places. We're just doing like, clubs and stuff between 500 to 1,000. I think we're just trying to get our feet wet. We haven't done anything in America
Right.
on our own. We've always just we opened a bunch of shows for Whitesnake, and then we did that run last year with Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't done much, and I think the band just kind of wants to get their feet wet and just see how the 12 shows go, and then add more. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I didn't really understand why we were doing New York and then Asbury Park. I would have thought we would have done New York and either Philadelphia or Atlantic City, Harris down there in Chester. But you know what? The management's got their reasons for it, so I'll just leave it at that. You know what I mean?
Does it kind of scare you or the rest of the guys in the band? Like, have you ever talked about, like, because you guys are always over in Europe and you're so well received over there, are you kind of like almost scared to get your feet wet, like you're saying, over here in the States as the band?
No, it's not that we're afraid. You know what I mean? I think, for us, like, the one thing that people forget is that you kind of have to have the offers from a promoter to come. You know what I mean? And as much noise as we've been making, I think that we're just kind of, we're just there hasn't really been like a huge demand at this point, so we're just coming out. We've got these 12 offers. Now they're starting to come in a little bit more, you know what I mean? But I think that they just want to, all right, let's do these 12 and see how it goes.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then maybe we'll go, maybe a little later in the year or next year, we'll do like a full blown thing in America. I think they're just feeling it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Look, America, we all know, America for whatever its reasons are is a tougher nut to crack than the rest of the world. Like Japan, South America, Australia, all through Europe. They're a bit more accepting of these bands, you know what I mean? And it's weird. It's that way for everybody. I mean, I remember doing shows even with Rat, with Union, we would go and do the Swedish Rock Festival for, 40 or 50,000 people, and then come to America. And then we'd have some shows in America where, we played this place called Pops in St. Louis. It was completely sold out, 1,500 people, where Birch Hill in North Jersey, which isn't there anymore, was completely sold out. And then we would come to, some other city in America, 100 miles away, and it would be hit or miss. You know what I mean? Like, America is just so massive, and there's so many people, and trying to get them all like on board is very difficult. So I think, there's no rush. I think the management's got it all mapped out, and I'm not going to question it. They're doing what they're doing for a reason. So I'm good with it. Cool.
Now, did you and Doug, did you guys know each other back in your Philly days at all, or?
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm obviously I'm older than Doug. Doug used to come and see whatever band I was in at the time. And then it was weird. He was young. He was probably 17 years old or something like that. And he moved from 17 or 18. He moved from Philadelphia to LA. But yeah, I knew him then. So
it's got to be like wild for both you guys to think like all these years later you're now playing in a band together.
yeah, I mean, we've always known each other, and we've seen each other in different bands that he was in or different bands that I was in, and but this is the first time we've worked together, and it's been pretty cool. Listen, Doug's a beast on the guitar. He's a great songwriter. He's a great dude. He's a great dad. So it's been cool, man. It's been a cool trip to work with him.
Nice. Now, actually, as I was going through stuff like on the infamous world of YouTube, I came across like some acoustic performances of you guys, and it was really awesome. And actually, I was taken back. I didn't even realize like Marco had such a great voice. And I was thinking to myself, do you guys do any acoustic shows or any during sets at any time or?
Not during a set. If we're playing electric, we're playing electric. But we've got like 3 different modes that we do. Like, because sometimes, sometimes it's hard to do, too much in a radio station or a TV station.
Yeah.
So we've got the acoustic that we do. That's just totally acoustic, and then we have one where the guys use their acoustic guitars, but they play them through these little rigs that they have just to give it a little more volume when we're playing with drums. and then we have the full-blown electric thing. So, and we've usually got like a bunch of different sets to go with each. You know what I mean? Just to mix it up a little bit. So it's pretty cool.
That's cool. Now the packaging for this album, it's pretty wild. Like you got different versions of packaging to go along with the new album.
I haven't seen it, so I have no idea what the radio. I'm so out of the loop on this record. It's crazy. Like I know where we recorded it. You know what I mean? And I heard, like I said, I heard a track. And it sounded awesome, and I'm just hoping the rest of the record sounds that way too. So
now, there's actually 3 different packaging. There's one that's just CD and DVD, and then there's another one that's going to be a double album and CD, and that comes with on violet vinyl with a 4-page booklet, and then there's the box set, which is the double LP, the DVD, CD, 7-inch red vinyl, and a poster, a patch, and I think there's like another booklet with that too. But that one's only 2,000 copies.
Right. Well, but that's the thing. Like the thing with our management and PR people and the radio record company, they're always thinking, man. They're always, doing like little extra things, like the meet and greets and, just all the stuff that we do. Like they really put a lot of effort and thought, hey, like what would make this cool for the fans, and they're very. I'll tell you, the David Lowy, the one that started the band, he's always been very adamant about, making sure that these people that are spending their hard-earned cash to come and see the band are getting their money's worth. And even when we do the meet and greets, it's like, most people go, well, why aren't you guys charging for the meet and greets? And David's like, I will never charge a fan, the person that is keeping us in existence, I will never charge them a penny for a meet and greet. You know what I mean? It's never going to happen. So they're very very forward thinking about a lot of that stuff. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah, that's a true rarity, nowadays. Because that's like the whole thing now. With and it's even for either the smallest band or biggest band, they're all doing it.
Yeah, and it's just weird. Like they just, David from the beginning, he was like, I don't really feel the need for it. I don't, I don't want to get into that. And so, and then even when we do like the records, there's always like extra stuff. You know what I mean? Like, here's what, but then they always give you the options too. Like, hey, you can just get the record or the CD or the record in the CD or the record in the CD and the DVD, or the record CD, and there's like all these things that they come up, and then it's just like, get what you want. But, even if you go for the top package, you're getting quite a bit for your cash. And they've always been very, like I said, forward thinking and very fan driven. You know what I mean? So it's cool, and it shows. Like the momentum that we're picking up is just, it's out of control. It's been amazing. So I can't complain.
That's awesome. Do you think you get like more respect from the fans because of that?
Honestly, I some degree. I think to some degree, yes, because the fans aren't used to getting things. They're not used to getting things for free.
Right.
It's really amazing to me when we go down and we sit and we talk with the fans. They're just so blown away at the fact that we're not charging them. They're like, oh man, you guys are so cool, and it's truly gotten out. I just did an acoustic run. My attendance on my solo shows has gone up. There's been a lot of Dead Daisies fans. A lot of people saw us with Kiss and all this other stuff. And I've always done the same thing. Like at the end, I'll just go out. I'll sit at the bar. I'll have a cocktail. I'll just take photos with people, sign stuff, and they're just like, man, it's just so awesome. And, and it's just weird to me. Like, they're completely blown away. They're so used to paying for everything.
Yeah.
That they're just like, you guys are so cool. That's awesome. And so I think it does help with the growth, our growth process. Right.
Cool. That is awesome. It is rare. And, it's kind of like, what's his name? Gene Simmons. Like he's out on tour with the Wizard World Comic-Con thing, and in some cities he's doing some solo dates. So actually, he's coming here to Philly in the first week in June. And
the guys in my solo band are pretty much his backup band.
Oh, okay.
So it's like my guitar players. My guitar players are Gene's guitar players.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so you would figure like, he's doing the whole meet and greet thing at the convention, but he's also doing it at the show as well. It's just like, wow, he's like double banging people like on both ends.
Well, you know what, to each his own, and that's what Gene chooses to do, and more power to him. You know what, he's been doing this for 50 years or 40 years or whatever. And, he's a Hall of Fame guy. He's, in a legendary band that's still going strong. God bless him. You know what I mean? But it's not like David, our guitar player, David Lowy, it was not his vision to do that. You know what I mean? So we're taking a different path, but like I said, to each his own.
Yeah. Cool. Well, John, I know you got to go for another interview, so I want to thank you again for coming back, and I hope there'll be at least a 13th date and it becomes Philadelphia.
Well, I hope so, and again, like I know we're doing New York, and then Asbury Park, which I didn't understand. Maybe it's just kind of in between Philly and New York, and they're thinking that they'll draw from both places. I don't know. Right. But I don't know if maybe we never got an offer from any promoters in Philadelphia.
Well, who do I contact? Who do I contact? I'll do it.
Well, talk to Chip. He would be able to help you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And like Chip would, Chip more than anybody. He would probably be able to put a bug in the manager's ear. So, but I really, when I saw the schedule, I'm like, I think we're doing Philly. And then I saw the thing and I'm like, why are we not doing Philly? Doug and I are from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I was there with my solo band on a run, and it was a different place. It was called John's Boardwalk, but it was completely sold out. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And most of them was my family and cousins and friends that I had known for 20, 25, 30 years. You know what I mean? They all came to the show, and I guarantee if it's the Daisies, the Dead Daisies come to Philadelphia, it's going to be a zoo. You know what I mean? So.
I agree.
I don't know. We'll see what happens, though. Hopefully, it'll just take off, and we'll have to come back and do a show.
Absolutely. Cool. I'll look into that.
All right, buddy.
All right, man. Well, take care, John, and hope to see you in the future.
All right. Go Eagles.
Yeah, man. See you later.
All right, brother. Late.
All right, take care.
Bye.